Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 208 of Random Musings from the Clinical Trials Guru. This will also go on YouTube. I've got two interns here today, Jesse and Kobe. Kobe's first time on a video, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Very first time.
We've been busy. And Jesse's a regular guest. At this point, everyone knows you're the future PI.
Yep.
Right? So why don't we just introduce ourselves? Maybe those people that don't know you yet, Jesse. How did you get started with us? What are your goals? And then we'll get it to Kobe.
All right. So yeah, I'm Jesse. I just got started here, I think around a year ago, and I got in here through Monica. Just speaking to her and, hey, what's your career? He goes, hey, I want to be a doctor. He's like, hey, and just she recommended me to go into clinical research because my other extracurriculars were, let's say, too normal for medical school. So this would probably stand out, and I'm glad I'm here. I learned something new. And what are my goals? Future PI.
Future PI. And this topic, this video and podcast is going to be about the expectations you had for research. Chris and I are going to do a full podcast on this, but the expectations you had about research prior to getting in. And you guys are not site owners, you are professionals in the industry. Mm-hmm. So let's move over to Kobe, who's been interning with us for how long?
For about 6 months, going on 6 months actually. I began here at Global through you, Dan. Ironically enough, through Instagram.
That's right. Instagram works.
Yeah, I was just persistent the whole time. Just, hey, if you need anybody around, just let me know. And then it was funny because you said, oh, I don't think we need anybody. And then you talked to Monica and she said, yeah, bring somebody in.
Yeah.
Bring somebody in. And then the next following week I was in here. I was interning.
That's right. I remember seeing your CV and I was like, actually, maybe we need this guy.
Yeah, because I just,
master's degree.
Yeah, I recently got it this year too. So that was a good thing, I guess.
You're gonna soon be a psychometric rater.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
And replace me from many of these scales.
I'm excited to actually be a generalist, as you guys are coining it.
That's right. That's right.
I don't want to be stuck in any one role.
And that's the advantage of working at a small clinic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not a big one. If you work for UC San Francisco or UC Riverside, aren't you going there right now?
Riverside.
I mean, if you go to their research department, you'll see like the same people, like Monica and Kobe and you. What you guys do here is like 20 people over there.
Yeah.
But they have like a much higher volume of studies.
Yeah.
Like we have 6, maybe 8 is like our max.
Pushing 9.
Yeah, they have like, we can do like 10 really. They can do like in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Volume.
So they need like streamlined people. But the drawback of that is if you get hired at one of those places, you get stuck. And if you ever want to transfer somewhere else,
gotta start over.
they're going to look at your CV and all you did was data entry. And now you want to be a CRA. It just doesn't add up. But if you've been here, like Kobe, like you, like Monica, a couple of years of this, then you want to be a CRA, right? Which is something you're still considering?
I don't know if I want to be a CRA.
Now that you've met enough monitors?
Now that I've met enough monitors, I know what it is. I'm in the CRA Academy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to introduce... Jesse finished the CRA Academy. We got to plug that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to pimp the CRA Academy.
No, yeah, I don't know if that'd be my goal. Maybe my goal right now would be a site director.
So no more CRA.
Well, that was never a definitive goal. It's just whatever draws me towards it.
Let's get into that because when you first were messaging me, I can't remember, and I mix everybody up together.
Yeah.
But you wanted to be a CRA, or at least you had that as a idea.
I wanted to get in clinical research field. I didn't know what the difference was between a CRA and a CRC because all the job postings, there's no differences. There's no nothing. There's no experience or anything.
So you can't really tell just by looking at the jobs.
Nothing on Indeed. Nothing on Craigslist.
You can only tell they want a lot of experience.
Yeah.
But they don't give you too much details.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So what happened after that, Kobe?
After just looking online and doing everything, I wanted to utilize this clinical psychology degree that I have, and I always wanted to do research because it sparked an undergrad. I really enjoyed doing all the research, just writing all the papers, but I didn't want to do like the business side of it or like organizational psych or anything like that. I wanted to do something more towards the medical field, and I mean I wasn't in med school, that was out, and then
That was out?
yeah, med school, yeah.
That was out for me too.
I remember.
That's not out for Jesse.
It's not. It's
Not
not.
out yet.
He's
Hopefully he
succeeding at it
stays.
though. No.
Hopefully it stays.
But yeah, I did my research, so you can call it, and I just hit the books really hard just to see what was out there, and I saw that clinical research they were calling for master's degrees too,
Yeah.
and that was always a plus. So
The more degrees, the better in this
Yeah.
industry.
yeah, and then
Because you can do more things.
yeah, you can. Well, what I'm finding out, you can. And yeah, so I started watching your YouTube videos, and then I followed you on Instagram, and then just back and forth. I had a couple interviews back and forth.
With research companies?
But yeah, with like third-party research companies. Just-
Really?
Yeah.
And what happened?
I would get to like the screening interview, and since I didn't have any concrete experience, they were like, okay, well, maybe in a year, come back, we'll have a position for you once you actually get an internship or you get more experience or just
Uh-huh.
something under your belt.
Wow.
So I was getting interviews. It was just I didn't have experience.
Wow.
Yeah, and then that's when I messaged you, hey, like if you have any spots open, let me know, or send my resume out, whatever you can do. I'm appreciative for. And then yeah, that's when you
And
let me know.
we'll get into expectations versus reality. But Jesse, you always had the goal of being a doctor, right?
Yeah.
Like since I've known you, at least. So for you, research is more. Is it to help you get into med school, or is it to make your resume look better, or are you actually wanting to be an investigator once you become a doctor?
To be honest, when I barely started, it was for the resume. But
That's
then
right.
once
There's
I
nothing
was-
wrong with that. That's why
once I
that's
was
how I got
here-
started.
Once I was here, I was like, wow, it's actually kind of cool, you know. And it's,
Yeah.
I started liking it, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should be a PI. And
Huh.
I mean, and you know,
What was cool about it?
I don't know. You just get to learn a lot of things, you know, and
Uh-huh.
it's. Well, I mean, I've always been into research, and I like it because you gotta investigate like how do certain people react to this, and how people do not react, you know. And it's, I like it because you get to see the progress of the people that how this investigational drug is actually helping them more than one that's already in the market. So, to me, it makes me feel like I'm helping out people more, or how to put this into words, that you're doing a little bit more for the person that needs help. You know, just
Impactful.
you're trying to, to some degree, more impactful.
Yeah.
That's a
You
good
know.
one. Impactful.
Yeah.
To some degree. But
Uh-huh.
now, I mean, I just like it. And
It's fun.
that's it.
So, med school all the way, right? How close are you?
I got like one more year to go for my undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
One more year, and then study, MCAT, and see how it goes.
And you will be a doctor.
I'm hoping I will.
Do you have a backup plan? Is the research a backup plan?
Yes, research is in the backup.
A CRA?
Yeah, well, I don't discard it. I mean, I just
Have you seen enough CRAs to know?
I've seen like 4 or 5.
You've seen more, right?
Yeah.
So, what made you change your mind about wanting to be a CRA after interacting with our CRAs here? They're stressed out, crying.
There was one specifically that I saw. She was like always crying, always
Really?
depressed.
Really?
Well, I mean, you could just tell that she was a very sad person.
Wow.
And then one day
Wow.
she opened up. She's like, you know what?
That's-
I'm very depressed. I don't like this job anymore.
Seriously?
Wow.
And I think she's not a CRA anymore.
If that's what she wants to do, let her do that. That's
You
good.
know, and
Wow.
then she said that she got very nostalgic, that she was very sad being away from home all the time. And I was
Oh.
like, oh,
Okay.
maybe it's not what you think.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I was not here.
you were not here. No, you weren't.
That's kind
Wow.
of surprising though.
I think you
I've
were-
been a shoulder to cry on by a CRA once too.
I can imagine.
It's not necessarily fun.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Not a conversation I wanted to get dragged into when I had stuff to
But
do.
you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, I was like, oh, it's a moment of like, what do I do? You know, just like you don't know what to say
Wow.
because you're not in their shoes. You know, it's
Yeah.
just
So I think that's one of the myth of being a CRA is that it's like, I don't know if it's a myth, but it's an expectation that they don't actually work or they work like normal people, and they actually work
A lot.
not like normal
No.
people. They,
No.
there's nothing normal about, like, I'm a contract CRA, I'm part-time CRA. There's no way I can do that full-time. Because the days I'm monitoring, it's like
Hectic.
sun up, sun down. That's all I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And imagine doing that every
Every
day. And throw in traveling on top of it. And
No.
making the airport,
True.
missing your flight,
Yeah.
getting a rental. Now they do Uber, but yeah, I mean, all that stuff.
I think that was part of it for my my aspect, and also like the money.
Any monitor cried with you?
No. I mean, all the monitors.
Not yet.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
yet.
You don't want that to happen.
Not
I'll
yet.
tell you
I'm,
that.
I'm hoping I don't get any of those.
It's
But
uncomfortable.
all the ones I've experienced, they've been generally, they've been happy, upbeat, and all that, but nothing like as drastic as yours. Jesse.
No, that was bad.
Wow.
That's bad.
No, yeah. I think for me, it was just the amount of work that goes in, and then how much you're going to get paid for it. I mean,
Yeah.
for a site director, you're going to have obviously more responsibilities, but your cap for pay
Yeah, the
Is
ceiling's a lot higher.
a lot higher than just starting out at 70 maybe for a CRA, 80, and then you're always doing it.
65 now.
Yeah, so it's going down even, and now you have to go to sites.
Well, for entry level.
Yeah, well, yeah.
For the
that's true.
experienced ones, it's a higher now.
Yeah, it's getting higher for the
Yeah.
experienced ones.
But guess what? They work the entry level ones more than all of them because they don't care
Yeah.
if they get burnt out.
Oh yeah, because they need the most experience and everything. and
That's
all
right.
that.
They want to retain the most
Yeah.
experience, keep them happy if they're going
Mhm.
to keep anyone happy.
Mhm, yeah.
And the entry level ones, they're like, hey, you're going to go 30 days out of the month to different site.
Yeah, always traveling on the go, just working, like you said, sun up, sun down.
Because you know how CROs get paid?
Mhm.
They get paid based on how many days the monitor went on site for. That's the only thing they can bill for.
Mhm.
Everything else, they have to compete with the competition
Mhm.
to keep the cost down.
Mhm.
But what they can bill for is the days on sites.
Yeah, that they travel to the sites. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I mean, it's a lot of traveling too. So
So both of you guys, before we started, you were talking about what you thought about research before you actually started working here, and what you think about it now. So what did you think of research before you actually started working?
Okay, for me, I got a little bit ahead of myself when I was, Monica was like, oh, here's the address, whatever. And I saw the building, and I was like, oh, maybe this is like an inpatient building where there's people living here, and then maybe you're observing them for 24 hours, and then the day comes, hey, bring patient number 123 and give him his dose of medication and send him back out, have people watching them. But it's not that. It really isn't.
And what did you think?
I didn't have any expectations. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know, am I going to be in a hospital setting? Am I going to be in an office? Am I going to be?
You had no idea.
Yeah, am I going to be making house calls to patients or
Yes.
I had no idea. So, yeah.
And then what you discovered was it's a whole bunch of paperwork and training.
It's a whole bunch of paperwork, a whole bunch of online training, a whole bunch
the
of
same
headaches
trainings
over
every module
over
Oh,
again.
yeah.
for every study. I
Yeah.
just did not GCP, EDC,
The EDC.
training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For 3 different studies. I just
And
got
they're
it
all the
all done
same.
today.
Yeah.
Most of it was the same. I had one that was CRA specifics, and
Mhm.
that took longer, but yeah, the site ones were like the same. But on one, I'm a coordinator. On the other one, I'm a sub-I.
Mm-hmm.
So it's technically 3 different trainings because I had
That's
a
still a lot. Just
CRA
for one
one.
study.
Yeah, I had a CRA one, I had a sub-I one, and a coordinator one. 3 different trainings.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of overlap on the exercises and all that stuff. And that's one of the good vendors. Metadata
Jeez.
is
He-
probably the best vendor for EDC.
Probably.
There's some bad ones too. Have you worked with others?
Mm-hmm.
You've worked with others, right? They're horrible.
Yeah,
some
they
of
are.
them.
I think this last one for the last study's metadata. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Metadata's good. Everyone
it's
likes
really
metadata.
good. I like it, but there's one where it's just terrible. You have to go back to the beginning
Mhm.
to go and fill out the next page.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what? Why don't? It's not
I
that
know.
hard to put a little arrow. I mean, like
The
next
next.
page, And then
They just
So-
didn't think about it when
yeah,
they designed it.
it was terrible. It was more time consuming to flip through the pages than
Mhm.
to actually enter the data.
My
Yeah.
God. Jeez.
Yeah, it was terrible.
What other things did you think of about research before you actually started? You just thought you would be in a hospital setting.
Yeah, that was a hospital setting.
But what about like the paperwork? Did you think there was a lot of paperwork?
No, I didn't think it was too much.
You thought it was
paperwork.
all lab work, right?
Yeah, more lab work.
Everyone thinks it's like bench research. where you just
You're
like
in a lab, you go in,
Yeah.
you do your work, get out.
I thought you guys had your own department, you know, when you guys were mixing things and, you know,
Yeah.
oh, let's try this instead. You know, I thought it was like maybe there was a clinical portion and then a laboratory downstairs.
we have a
or
lab.
something, you know?
I gotta show you guys some tricks with dry ice. It's pretty cool.
It doesn't involve a hammer.
No, it doesn't involve a hammer. It involves water,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
making a lot of smoke.
All right.
It's pretty cool. I mean, you could also make like an explosive, but we won't get into
No,
that.
no, no.
But you can learn a lot of
chemistry.
cool things at a research clinic.
Oh, yeah.
And how about for you? What else did you think?
Well, I knew there was a lot of paperwork. I just didn't know the amount of paperwork. But now that we're actually going over to the ECRF, then that's going to reduce all the paperwork. But coming in, I knew there was a lot of paperwork, just because I did a study in undergrad for our capstone, our senior capstone project. We had to do a study. But everything else, I didn't know about. Like, who am I going to be interacting with? Is it going to be doctors on a daily basis? Are there going to be 10 people in the office? Like everything else.
What's your favorite part? Interacting with patients, monitors, or staff?
I like everything, honestly. Like,
There's nothing you like best.
there's nothing that I like best. Like, cause
There's nothing you like worst?
no,
Really?
not really. Cause I mean, the most recent patient that we had,
Rather odd.
rather on, to say the least. But I mean, I had to pick her up, and
Oh yeah, you drove a patient the other day.
yeah, I picked her up in her
We can't send Uber for that patient. I can't remember why, but
like liability issues, signing them in, signing
Yeah,
them out, all
yeah,
that type
yeah.
of stuff.
so
But
you went. You signed her in,
I
signed
signed
her
her
out.
in, signed her out. Drove her this whole way. She was
Was she
a fun
talking
girl.
the whole time?
Yeah, she was very funny. She was very nice. She was actually talking about Mark. She's like, "Oh, he's very cute. I like Mark."
Who's that? Oh, the phlebotomist guy.
phlebotomist.
Okay.
No, yeah. There's not one part that I don't like about it.
Really?
Yeah, I honestly
And
like
you?
everything.
I mean, if I like something best, you know, just like working with the people at the clinic, because I mean, I already know them; they're easygoing people. But if I didn't know you guys, it would probably be interacting with the patients. You know, if I
That's
didn't
your
know
favorite.
the people.
Yeah, because it makes sense. You're gonna be a
You know,
doctor.
not because I probably don't know the people at the clinic or something, but you always learn something new. Like, I had no experience with schizophrenic people, and then the first time I saw a
really?
schizophrenic person, I was surprised.
Never with
Yeah.
mental illness, no experiences.
No, well, yes, mental illnesses, but I thought schizophrenia was a lot more severe. And then
Oh, you didn't realize there could be high functioning.
Yeah.
See, I have it in my family, so
You
I'm
do?
used to it. Yeah.
Okay. For me, I was surprised because the patient actually, I think he was working on a master's, you know, and I was like, wow, like this guy's got far away. I thought, you know, I thought it was
Yeah.
something else. And he's like, oh, you know, what are you doing? Oh, I'm reading my book.
That is a high functioning schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he was a really good guy. And sometimes it would be a little bit odd, like, hey, do you want to know what I see right now? And he would explain what he could see and what
Yeah.
he could hear. And at a moment, I was scared. I was like, I don't want to see something bad and get out of hand.
Yeah.
There's something
yeah.
behind you.
Yeah. Well, there's actually, it's near me, but I mean, it wasn't,
Yeah,
it's just a learning experience when you get
Right.
learning people with.
it's eye-opening.
Yeah, definitely.
It's eye-opening.
Yeah, my favorite part was also interacting with patients, and it's funny because the further removed I am from, like, here I'm just doing QA
Mhm.
and biz dev. I don't really interact with patients
Yeah.
too much,
It's all.
but I do miss that. But if I do it, then it kind of slows everything down
Yeah,
in a
Yeah.
way.
it does.
But that is my favorite part too.
Yeah.
Just ironically, that's the opposite of what I'm doing.
I should probably add that I also like seeing how people progress. You know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
The gradual.
first, you know, the baseline. They're like, oh, the symptoms are more obvious,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and then you see them later and later to be like, oh, you know what? Is there a way I could buy this medication, or is there a way that my insurance could cover it? Because I'm so happy with it. And you're like, oh, yeah, it worked.
So there's people watching or listening that are just like you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like you, so you said you were introduced because of Monica.
Yes.
So you were networking with Monica. You never brought up research on your own. She brought it up.
Yes. The reason was like, oh, I was like, hey, it's like I do clinical research. Would you be interested? I'm like, oh, definitely.
Okay, so she brought it up.
Yeah, she brought it up.
But
'cause
it's just
I-
networking is
Yeah,
what
just
you did.
you know, I met her through and not, and then he's just talking and talking and talking, And then she brought up that she worked at a research clinic.
Okay, so you were the classic case of someone who got in by accident.
By accident, yes.
Because that's how I kind of got into, like,
Okay.
by accident. And then you were not by accident. You were active. You're one of the rare ones that actively were seeking
Yeah.
research.
Yeah.
And you said it earlier, to be persistent.
Oh yeah.
Because not everyone's in Orange County and can just send me a message and then first I say no and then I say yes again.
Yeah.
Like, there's somebody in Kentucky right now listening or watching who's just like you.
Yeah. I mean,
What do they do?
honestly, if they want to stay local, be persistent in your area. I mean, I'm sure that there's sites out there in Kentucky or wherever you're.
They're
you're
not all on
based.
Instagram.
They're
though.
not all on Instagram. But honestly,
But they can go in person and knock on the door.
or they can even go online, look up sites in their state. I mean, that's what I did. In California, there's like over 2,000 sites.
And there's a bunch.
There's so many.
Orange County, there's like hundreds.
There's
Yep.
a lot, yeah, in Orange
Yeah.
County. But yeah, I was just sheer persistence. I was applying every day to at least 3 or 4 or 5. Just checking back in
But
with
they all
you.
said you gotta have experience.
Yeah, they also just said
Yeah.
experience, and then I mean it's kind of like an art form. Like you have to learn how to keep every door open,
Yes.
and not always put your eggs in one basket.
That's right. Be a generalist.
Yeah, because I mean I did that with you. I checked up it started out every week, and then every 2 weeks, and then it went to every 4 weeks, and then when
Oh
I-
yeah.
yeah, I systematically
Wow.
have my ways.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
No wonder he got it.
And then, well, no, I think it was by chance because
Serendipity.
I know, yeah. But I mean, I was lucky that you called me. I was drinking away in Vegas, drinking my sorrows away, and you called me, and I'm like, yes, I got something.
Yes. I remember that.
Yeah. So no, yeah, persistence. It really goes a long way. I think in one of your videos you said, if you don't try for at least 6 months, then you didn't really try at all.
That's right.
And I mean,
That is true. It takes about that
It takes a
long.
long
When
time.
you're research naive,
Mhm.
what do you expect? Like,
Yeah.
this is like a closed knit industry
Mhm.
where you get in because people know you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or you get extremely lucky.
Mhm.
But I mean, that's pretty much how you have to get in.
Yeah.
But once you're in,
You're in.
you're in.
You're in the
Unless you
circle.
want to
You're in
leave.
the circle.
Unless you want to leave, like that CRA that cried.
Oh yeah, I felt bad.
Yeah, the one that cried to me left also.
Yeah.
She's no longer. Well, I don't know about now. That was like 2 years ago.
I understand her. I mean, she was a family person, so I mean,
That's
It's
why.
not for everybody.
it's
Yeah.
not for everybody. If you're single, then hey, do it. You know.
CRA is not for everyone, but I am convinced there is a role in this industry for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're outgoing, you can be a business development person.
Mhm.
You can be a marketing person like me. You can be a recruiting person, like for patients.
Yeah.
If you're more analytical, but you don't want to travel, you can be a coordinator. If you want to like mix it all up with business, you can be a contracts and budgets or
Something.
site director, right?
There's a
So
role
there's
for everybody.
something for everyone.
Yeah.
But everyone needs to get in somewhere, and where you
That's the
get
hard
in
part.
is not going to be
So,
what is going to be your career
Mm-mm.
for the next 20 years, unless you end up at a university, because then
Yeah.
it might.
yeah.
I mean, I was
And
applying
then
to
you'll be
universities,
miserable
too.
if you don't like it.
Yeah, because you're just stuck in that one role.
That's right.
But yeah, persistence. I think because the one thing that I heard the most was all of your CV or all your experiences, they apply, but then again they don't apply. And every time I heard that, I was like, well,
What do you mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? Does it not give me credit in this industry? I mean, like what? Like I was really just genuinely confused because every company said, yeah, you have really good credentials, but you don't have experience. So everything applies, but nothing applies.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, persistence. If you want to get into clinical research, just come into this with an open mind, knowing that you're gonna have no being flung at you so many times.
And think about what you can offer.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to leverage what you have for your experience, education, whatever.
Everybody is good at something.
Yep.
I tell people, hey, no one's just going to want you to intern there if you have nothing to offer.
Mhm.
You need to show them what you have to offer. Maybe it's making a website. Maybe it's doing a podcast. Like you can convince them, hey, you guys are not doing any marketing. I can help you with that. I don't know. It could be anything.
Recruitment, like you said.
Fixing copy machines. Could be anything. Who doesn't turn down free help when you're actually
Yeah, that's true.
demonstrating that you can help?
Yeah, that's very true too.
When you're vague and say, I just want to intern here, that just sounds like more work for the owner.
And there's no incentive for them to actually
No.
take the bait. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But if you can provide something of value,
Mhm.
your thing of value was your master's degree,
Yeah. And
and your thing of value was you were Monica's friend.
Yeah.
But still, that all counts.
It's value.
It really
It's
doesn't
value.
matter how,
Yeah.
as long as you can demonstrate something.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, good. Anything else? Closing remarks?
That's about it.
No.
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Give the motivation, some motivation to the Guru Nation out there.
Jump
So be
first.
persistent.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say that. In every case, be persistent. Whether it's research or not, the
Mhm.
worst thing that they could say is no.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's right.
it
And
doesn't
then
hurt to
you're
ask.
at the same place you were when you started.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Square
I
one.
mean, you didn't go back, but you're
You didn't go
yeah.
back. That's what I tell people all the time too. And you, young Kobe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean persistence. Honestly, if you want to do something, do it with like wholeheartedly. Like I don't care how cheesy that sounds. Like invest your time into it. You don't know where it's going to take you. You don't know what's going to pay off for you. But yeah, persistence. That's a big thing.
All right. Thank you both. Thank you everyone for watching, listening, and we'll catch y'all later. Bye bye.